Well, good evening, everyone. Here we are. Must be Tuesday again. I see people on the screen. Hey, welcome, everyone. It is, of course, Tuesday night, about 7:36 in the p.m. Central Time. For all you people who live in other time zones, figure it out. But it is Tuesday. It's time for the Roundtable. And as always, I'm Nick Rosario. I try to do my best to steer this ship here. And, of course, I have my cohorts here who are always willing to throw down with some funny stuff and some football. So let's get to it. Anthony Handy, how are you this fine evening, sir? How are you, sir?
I'm doing all right. I'm trying to figure out why you calling me by my full government. I'm just saying. I might be trying to hide out from Jameis Winston because he be giving out Bible quotes when they ask him how he felt about playing in the snow. The Lord is good, and he always is good to me. And I just love to throw the ball and play football in the snow because that is, it's really good when you get the best crab legs come when you chill them in the snow. So this is a good place for me to be playing. Praise the Lord. It's been a crazy week already. It's only Tuesday, but thank God tomorrow is a short week. I'm more than pleased to see all three of your smiling faces on the screen. Or Tina's shoulder. Okay, now she's turned around. Hi, Tina. I tried to talk about everybody looking on the screen, and Tina was looking the other way, and the ball fell to the ground. Incomplete. Anyway, but to paraphrase from a certain African immigrant who lives in Queens, I am very happy to be here this evening.
There you go. Now we can start.
Hold on.
There's more.
I have a special gift for you. My cousin, he sent me something. You all have to watch your mail. You are going to get vibranium charms. They are wonderful. You can use them to wear around your neck or fend off the most fiercest of robbers. Without even spilling your beverages.
No, well, there you go. Because I do that a lot. So definitely, I would appreciate that. Tina, how are you on this fine Tuesday?
I'm doing good. I mean, work is nuts and all of that. But hey, we swept the Raiders, so I'm happy.
That you did. And we're going to talk about, we're going to get into your Broncos, I think, a little bit later here. So, yeah, we'll give you a chance to comment on that. And, of course, back with us this week, Delilah Crespo. Delilah, how are you?
I'm great. I'm excited to be here tonight. I changed it up a little bit.
Change it up.
I will never not be able not to say that anymore. It's impossible. The time has passed, and I can't fix it. So I'm here hanging out with you three lovely people. All
right.
And I'm ready.
I'm glad you used the word lovely. I thought you were going to say something else. No, but no, I'm kidding. But yes, I'm glad you are here as well. We know Thanksgiving is in 2 days, so I guess welcome to our big Thanksgiving spectacular, and we'll talk more about that later. But as always, we're glad you have joined us. I see people are watching. Thank you very much, Ben Cornett. Good evening to you, sir. How are you ladies doing tonight? Fantastic, Ben. I'm doing fantastic. I got my nails done for Thanksgiving. No, I don't know what I'm doing. But as always, we like to start every game with a coin toss. I love you, Ben. I do. You're killing me. All right, well, here we go. Let's get it going. This week, there was some major upsets that happened in Week 12 of the NFL season. So I thought it would be a good time to bring some of this stuff up and talk about. Thank you, Ben. I appreciate the love. So let's go to our first upset of the week, which I think a lot of us probably might have watched. This was Thursday night affair where Cleveland in the Snow Bowl. I mean, it literally, like 1 minute it was nice and dry and the sun was out. Yeah, the snow globe, and all of a sudden, there's 2 feet, like 2 inches of snow on the ground, and everybody can't see. But the Cleveland Browns, out of nowhere, with their 2 wins all season, upset the Steelers 24-19 on Thursday Night Football. Now, Delilah, I'm going to start with you. You missed our conversation last week about the Steelers in the AFC North. This loss now puts them only a game in front of the Ravens, with the Ravens beating the Chargers last night. What does this loss do for the Steelers? I'll ask you, since I asked everybody else last week. Can the Steelers hang on and win the AFC North, or do the Ravens catch them?
I think they have a shot. They do, because we know that even when they started off with Justin Fields, they were still winning games. And when they got Russ in there, it seemed to re-energize them. And I don't count the Steelers out anytime, because every season when people are like, oh, the Steelers aren't going to make it, they somehow pull it off and wind up in the playoffs, right? We already know Mike Tomlin's record. And so, yeah, I think they have a shot. They do. I think they're going to give the Ravens a run for their money. I think which makes them a great rivalry, right? We always love them, And so I think they have a shot to actually surprise everybody and, take the division for sure.
All right. No, that's cool. Like, I know we talked about, Handy, I'll go to you next, my friend. We talked last week a little bit about what, Pittsburgh had coming up. And obviously they had the 3 games that they had were very winnable, but they've already, one down to the Browns. Their next game, they got the Bengals on Sunday. What do you think about that? Does Steelers rebound here, or do they drop their second game in a row after being 8-2?
Well, if they dropped the second game in a row, then we could say that they literally dropped a deuce. But as far as I don't know, man. Did you see the fireworks show that Mr. Burrow put on in a losing effort? I mean, if he shows up and does that again, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think that's a W in the column for the Bengals. For sure.
For sure. No, that was the thing with me. Like, I'm watching this because I actually watched the entire game. And I'm sitting there going, like, okay, come on, Steelers. Come on, what's going on here? It's the Browns. Like, I know it's snowing. I know it's all, but, like, you're at home. The terrible towels are out. And you're because here was my thing. Tina, here was an interesting stat that I found. Obviously, Cleveland literally had less statistical yards in every category to Pittsburgh. The one thing that they excelled in, 4 for 4 on 4th down, which I'm going to imagine is why this game was actually won by Cleveland in that sense, because they were 1-10 on 3rd down, but 4 for 4 on 4th down. Again, Cleveland, is this a sign of maybe things to come? Do you think Jameis could actually, I mean, again, they're not going to make the playoffs, but can Jameis really get something going here towards the end of the year for Cleveland to, like, maybe win himself a job for next year? What do you think?
Yes, but they're still going to have to deal with Deshaun's contract. But here's the thing. The Browns have a very good defense. That's the thing, is their defense is really good. So a game like this where the Steelers weren't playing their best game and the defense does well, it's not going to be – it makes it winnable when your offense has been a little slow. I mean, I honestly think, like, everybody's talking about Russ and how he's been playing well and everything. That's because he's a new guy out there. They don't have a lot of tape on him this year. You start getting tape on him, and defenses can start to look for the weaknesses, look for the pressure points, and things like that. Russ, on Thursday, I watched a lot of it too, didn't look good. He looked like he did in Denver, that he was just scrambling around. And I don't know what happened and why it happened, but the Browns defense made him have to run. So Who knows? I mean, the Browns are weird. The years we think they're going to be great, they don't do well.
Right.
I.e., last year playoffs, and then years that they look bad at the end, they start making a run for it. So who knows? Yeah, Jameis is playing for his career next year, but
Yeah.
there's still that big, huge contract with Deshaun, and that's
Yeah.
going to be That's going to be a big part of the decision. So Jameis
Yeah.
might actually find himself playing for another team because there's a lot of other teams that need a decent veteran quarterback. So
New York Jets.
Yeah, you know, Andy, it's funny you say that because I was just going to mention that because
Giants,
no, I'm just saying it's just funny that now
Carolina.
everybody's talking about Aaron Rodgers won't be in New York next year. It's like, sure, let's just bring in another aging quarterback in Jameis Winston to run the Jets now. I mean, come on, enough with the Jets need an actually legit younger quarterback that can play to get that team going. Like the offense they have, it's ridiculous that they're not winning more games. But and like Ben Cornette says, he's seen Jameis show for 5 years. Trust me, he's due for another bad game or two. You're probably right, Ben. So we'll see how this goes. Again, Cleveland's not really going anywhere. They've got 3 wins. They're done. You know,
I'm hoping his bad game is next Monday.
Oh, it's not impossible that the Bears would bring in Jameis as a backup.
Fun fact, the
You
reason
could.
that they were so efficient with the 4-for-4 is because the play that they ran every time they did that was named Windy. Just marinate on that for a minute. Wait for it.
But yeah, wait for it. Wait for it. All right, Handy. You're killing me, man. We're 10, 11 minutes into the show, and he's already killing
You're welcome.
me. Yeah, anytime, my brother, anytime. So let's move on to the next game. You know, again, Steelers get the Bengals on Sunday. We'll see what happens there. Titans. Now, this was an interesting one to me. Obviously, a division rivalry game. So those are always, we know, in NFL, they're always pretty tough. But the Titans take out the Texans 32-27. Now, the crazy part about this game is that the Titans literally dominated in every statistical category in this game. So, Tita, I'm going to go to you first. CJ Stroud has struggled a little bit this year in his second season. Is he suffering the sophomore slump? And, you know, can the Texans, I know they're still, you know, again, they play in that AFC South, so it's not like anybody's really a threat to them as long as they can, you know, get their act together. But can CJ pull himself out to, you know, lead his team to victory the rest of the year here?
I think they're not as good as everybody thought they were going to be. I think that's what it just comes down to. He is having a bit of a sophomore slump, and they've had injuries and other things. And I think a lot of the pundits thought, based on how they did last year, that they were going to dominate the division, and they're not. So games are closer than what they are. And the Titans on paper do make some sense. So, I mean, Texas had to play a flawless game, and they did not. So Titans were able to take advantage of it.
Yeah.
I was happy because I had Pollard as my running back on my fantasy league. So I was.
Oh, is that so, Tina? Well, look at you. Look at Tina's like, well, it worked out for me very well. Well, I mean, that's the thing. That's the thing too, Delilah. I'll go to you next. Will Levis seems like he's actually not doing a bad job there in Tennessee. You know, they went to him. Will's, yeah, he was 18 for 24 with 278 yards, 2 touchdowns, and an interception. But again, you know, now that they've kind of cycled through the 3 quarterbacks they had, is Will the answer for Tennessee going forward? What do you think? Delilah, you there? Oh, I think
she's like, I got nothing.
Oh no, I think she's it looks like she's muted. Sorry. I said she's muted. She's smiling. I don't know what happened. All right. Well, we have audio issues. We apologize. She can't. She doesn't. There you go. Nope. She's back. Something's going on.
Yeah,
now she's gone. Sorry.
Get back in.
Might have slight audio problems there. So Handy, we'll go with you next. I'll ask you a different question. But no, again, the Texans themselves, you know. Oh, excuse me, man. I gotta stop drinking during shows. No, I'm kidding. But look, my thing is this: Houston is 7-5 going into this week. And again, they're a team that, like Tina said, they had some high expectations. You knew they're in the AFC South. They have another matchup this week against the division rival. They got the Jaguars on Sunday. Can we see the Jaguars try to pull something here? What do you think about Texans Jaguars this Sunday, my friend?
There have another thing that I was going to mention before I answer your question. There have been some whisperings that CJ Stroud has been kind of throwing his teammates under the bus for some of their lackluster performance, and even though it's something that does not get talked about out in the open, it is an open secret that if you throw your teammates under the bus, sometimes they will throw you back under the bus as well. Win or lose, be damned. Hey, look, it kind of like Willie Beeman when he went out and said that he was the team, and the team was like, okay, Mr. Invisible Juice. So there's a little bit of that as well. As far as the Jaguars are concerned, I don't know, man. I mean, I say I don't know, but then the Browns beat the Steelers this past Sunday. So
yeah, that they did.
It is entirely. Hey, look, Kevin Garnett said anything is possible, and I tend to believe it. Although I don't want to see it. I don't. Even though everything you have seen, the empirical evidence. There's another one of my big words today. I'm trying to use them because I'm going through this thing where I forget what the hell I'm doing. I was on a phone call at work today. Sidebar. I was on a phone call at work today talking about a project, and in the middle of the project, I forgot what the hell project I was talking about. And I had to tell the person on the phone, hey, somebody just came in my office. I'll call you back. I didn't remember what it was that I was talking with that person on the phone until I was in the car on the way home. And right now, I don't remember that project. Anyway, I apologize. Back to what we were talking about. Yo MTV Raps is one of the greatest. No, I'm just kidding. We've seen these things happen before, so it is entirely possible. I do think the Texans, though, show up with a little more oomph in their stride. One can only hope that the team leaders as well as the coaching staff step up and get these guys motivated for this game on Sunday, because that would be. You lost to the Jaguars? Really?
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah, there's a disappointment in itself, but that's another topic for another time. Those Jacksonville Jaguars. Maybe Doug Peterson might be out of a job after this year. Who knows?
That's a shame.
It is a shame, but I mean, they're not playing well. And what are you going to like? You can't say they don't have pieces on both sides. So again, it's just one of those things where we can talk about coaching. Yeah, I think that's probably a good topic for next week. We'll talk about.
I'll say it again.
Changes,
2 words: Shad Khan. That's all I got to say.
There you go. Well, he's too busy with his son now, running AEW wrestling maybe. So there, his focus is split between the Jaguars and AEW. So maybe he's distracted. He's not paying attention to what's going on in Jacksonville or something. Delilah, we're gonna come back to you, but we're gonna go on to our next game. I'm gonna go to you first. Sean's Washington Commanders took one on the chin this past Sunday. And Sean, I love you, so I'm gonna give you a little crap here. They lost to the Cowboys. The Dak Prescott-less Cowboys. Sorry, Sean. This was a game that I thought Washington really needed, and I thought they would win. They did not. Delilah, I know you're familiar with Sean and his Commanders, but seriously, this game, what happened here? Was it just that Dallas is playing for their coach's life or something? Like what do you think happened here with Washington and Dallas on Sunday?
I just think the vision games in general are just tough, regardless of your record, win, loss. We've seen it with our own team, right? Like when you play someone in your division, it's just a different game. It's a different vibe. And so I do think that even if they were quarterback, what's a Cooper Rush, right?
Yeah.
I think that when you go into a game like that, the fact that Dallas hasn't won a home game in like how long, and I feel like that maybe was a factor in it too, that they were like, we can't lose again, right? Because their home win-loss has been atrocious this season. And I don't think they're trying to save McCarthy's like skin, because that just has to do back to what we talk about, like ownership. That just has to do with Jerry. I just think it just came down to one of those division games that just went the way of the Cowboys, unfortunately. I honestly think that's really what it was. It came into, Cowboys, and again, they hadn't won at home, and I forgot when the last time they won a home game. And, probably they thought, oh, they have Cooper Rush, it's not Dak. And so you think, oh, it'll be a little easier. Whatever. You know what I mean? I just feel like maybe that's kind of what happened. Like they were like, there's no Dak Prescott. Maybe they took their foot off the gas a little bit. And so that's what allowed the Cowboys to come and, get that W.
Yeah, no, it's crazy I didn't obviously watch the game, but I caught highlights, and I'm thinking to myself, because Tina, here was the interesting thing to me.
Yeah.
The Commanders literally in this game beat Dallas in every statistical category, including time of possession. It was 35-12 to 24-48. The Commanders were all over Dallas, you would think, in this game, and yet somehow the Cowboys pulled this one out. Excuse me. But again, going forward is what we're concentrating on here. Commanders are 7-5 and second place in their division. What do you feel like the key to this for Washington going forward is going to be the play of Jaden Daniels? Because a lot of this falls on the quarterback, and a lot of people are still touting him as, the rookie of the year, as it were, right now, the offensive rookie of the year. What happens with the Commanders going forward? What do you think?
Well, I looked at the stats. The reason the Cowboys won is because Commanders' special teams shit the bed. They got 2 touchdown returns.
Yeah.
So that's what the Commanders have to fix. And your team and my team, we know how special teams can affect the game. And
yes.
it's bad. So I don't think there's a problem with Jaden. I think that the teams, especially division rivals, can find holes, can find places to that you would think they would win. And Dallas has a losing season and stuff, but it's still a decent football team.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to play it tough. And I don't think, like I said, I don't think Jaden is the problem. I think Terry McLaughlin, is it McLaughlin, whatever his name is, the wide receiver, Terry McLaurin is like, throw me the damn ball, man.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's. I honestly think that game is because of because of the special teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And all it takes on those is one guy going one way and you go the other way, and you're home free. Yeah. So that's my thought, at least from what I could see. I didn't watch the game.
Yeah,
so
no, I didn't either.
I wasn't going all the way in on it, but from what I could see from the post score, because I mean, Dallas scored, I think, 24 points in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like the fourth quarter, the score was only like 13 to something or whatever. And all of a sudden, all these points were scored in the fourth quarter. You're like, well, that took a turn rather quickly. Like, Anthony, you're kind of in that region, being in, from the great state of Oklahoma, my friend.
From the 405, where the wind
where the
whipping down the plane.
His wifey is a Cowboys fan, so
yes,
right.
Some games.
So I was going to say, in the Handy household on Sunday, was there celebration and joyous applause and all that good stuff?
I would not go that far. I would say that she was definitely a little bit more exuberant. She was like, I had run to the store for something right before the game started. When I came back, she was like, wow, we're actually playing good today. They're more like shocked and awe. Literally, she's like shocked. And I looked at the score and I was like, what? Man, I was mind blown. Like you mentioned the connection between JD5 and Scary Terry. Their timing just seemed to be a little off. Like he tried to get him the ball. He tried to hit him. He tried some mid-range passes. He tried to hit him deep a couple of times. It's just like it's so close. But she was happy with the results. So,
your team won.
Now, of course, all of my timeline, which is full of my friends from the DMV, they were like a lot of things that I won't repeat on the show, but they were mind blown. I tell you what, I text them to Tina, she'll say them.
Yeah. We know. Tina's already dropped an S-bomb today, so potty mouth is back at it. It's okay. We love you, Tina. We know. It's all good, girl.
Oh,
It's
it could
all
be
good.
worse.
No, I know. Oh, I know. Believe me, I know it could. All right.
I
Well,
do
listen.
watch myself, people.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's all good. Believe me. I want you to speak freely. I don't want to restrict you in any way, shape, or form. Whatever you got to say, you say. I mean, we're all adults here. We can handle a swear word or two. It's all good. But and I apologize because I keep swatting at stuff because I got some sort of fly or something in my basement here, and it keeps trying to zoop by and be part of the show. So I
Don't you
apologize if
dare
you just
hurt
see me
Jeff
doing
Goldblum,
this,
sir.
right? You just see me doing this during the thing. I got somebody flying around me. So, but thank you for that coin toss segment. Thank you. We're going to take a quick break now. We'll come back with some more football talk for you right after this. So enjoy this small, quick break.
Nicole, what you think?
It's in his name. Christian McCaffrey. The calves were too much for his tendons, and he ran them to the ground. He's right there. We're right in front of us.
All right. Well, that, of course, is the Ladies Takeover Show, which you can see again. There he goes. Darn it. Which you can see every other Thursday as part of the Let's Talk Football family of shows. Delilah, of course, is a co-host on that as well. So check out Delilah every other Thursday on the Ladies Takeover Show. Let us move on. We're going to get into our table talk now. It's kind of our, I don't want to say news segment, just kind of rename what we do in the middle of the show here.
Table
So
talk.
what's that? What'd you say, Tina?
Table talk.
Table talk, yeah. It's like coffee talk, but with tables. No, but so
Oh my
we're going
God,
to.
it's Chandler.
That's right. Oh, Mamala. Yeah. Do you see, folks? But understand, folks. Like this is the thing. This is why I love doing this because you could say one thing and it spurns 3 or 4 other things that everybody thinks of. It starts, so it's just such a, you just got to follow along. That's all I can say. Is just keep up. Everybody's good. We all have quick minds here. We're all a little quick-witted, so just stay with us. You'll be fine. So this week, I thought it would be fun to talk a little bit about power rankings. So I went with the sporting news rankings.
Oh my God, I thought you said Power Rangers.
Oh, well, go Power Rangers. That's okay.
I was like,
What,
Purple
were
one.
you a fan of the Power Rangers, Delilah? I don't know.
I was.
Yeah, see, there you go.
That became popular when I was a kid. I know.
Right.
I know Voltron was first. I'm that nerdy.
Oh yeah,
But,
yeah, Voltron, of course. Voltron.
But,
I love Voltron myself.
I grew up
The
with
cartoon was
Power
great.
Rangers.
Yeah, go Power Rangers. But we're going to get into the power rankings this week. I thought, it's that part of the season where you're getting closer to where the playoffs are starting to kind of figure themselves out. And so I thought this was a good time to chat about this. So we're going to go around the horn here and kind of get everybody's opinion on this. So the top 5 teams that the Sporting News thinks are the 5 best teams currently in the NFL, and we could, Sean, if you could throw that up here. We have the Detroit Lions at number 1, the Buffalo Bills at number 2, Kansas City Chiefs at number 3, Philadelphia Eagles at 4, and of course the Minnesota Vikings at 5. Delilah, do you agree with this list? Do you think they got this right this week? What do you think?
Yeah. Yes, they do. The Detroit Lions keep destroying everybody. Like, I know everybody keeps saying, "Oh, they're lesser teams." It doesn't matter. They're literally dropping 50 whatever points on these teams. They're not letting up. They don't let them cry mercy. They keep going until they can't anymore to prove a point, right? Buffalo Bills, we knew that they would pull it off, right? Everybody's like, oh, and it's like, no, Josh Allen somehow always pulls through and like gets his team together, and now they're kicking butt. I always laugh at the videos that I see of like we follow the football comedians, and they keep making fun of like the New York teams. I'm like, but you don't include Buffalo, which is actually in the state of New York.
That it is. That's true. That is true.
The Giants don't even play in New York, But anyway, Kansas City is always going to make this. It doesn't matter how people feel, officials, whatever. It doesn't matter. You have Patrick Mahomes, who's like a magician. You're gonna be top 5. Eagles again started off a little spotty, but just they got Saquon Barkley is out to make a name for himself. He is like, screw you, Giants. I mean, he had one of his best games like on Sunday, right? It was like something crazy, like 260 yards and
Yes.
Insane.
touchdowns and like
Yeah, insane is definitely the word.
and I think that he revitalized that Eagles team or gave them like that's just that jolt that they needed. He makes Jalen Hurts look good. No hate on Jalen, but we know he's had not the best season this season because usually he ranks pretty high. That's all I'm basing it on. I'm not saying people are like, oh, Jalen Hurts. Like, no, I'm just basing it off of like the stats that are out there, right? And Minnesota, somehow with Sam Darnold, they figured it out. Like, I don't know how. Kudos to Sam. Like,
Sure. Good old Sammy.
You make it sound like they just threw a bunch of stuff in a pot and it just came out a gourmet dinner.
Well, they essentially did.
No, really.
They lose Cousins. They lose this guy. They lose this guy. McCarthy comes in and gets hurt. And then they throw Darnold in there. And all of a sudden, it's like, poof.
They just chilled. Honestly, it's because Sam is similar to Kirk. And I'm not saying like a baller like Kirk, but Sam has been doing pretty good. But I feel like he fits that system. He's just that kind of guy. And they were preparing for JJ McCarthy and just like, I don't know, like just made it work. It just so happens that I'm sad that it, what happened on Sunday, but it, Minnesota, the purple people eaters, what were they called before? I don't know.
Yeah, that was the purple people.
I know the song, but like, weren't they called the purple something?
Yeah, that was their defense.
Their defense was called the purple.
They had an insane defense.
Yeah, back in the day when they made Super Bowls.
Yeah. So no,
way back in the day.
I agree with the top 5.
No,
like, I don't think they made a mistake here.
Okay. Handy, how about you? Any objections to the top 5 list here? And then I got more for you whatever your answer is.
I am going to say, for me, and I'm just taking this, work with me here, Anthony Brain at work. How the teams are playing right now, and I know that's a scary place to say Anthony Brain at work. You just kind of got to step back because and no telling what's coming out. How the teams are playing right now. The saving grace for the Chiefs and the Eagles are both 1-loss teams right now, right?
No, the Philadelphia's 9-2, Kansas City's 10-1.
Okay, Philly's 9-2, Kansas City's 10-1.
Correct.
I think just as far as right now, this week the Eagles are playing a little better ball than the Chiefs. It's just that the Chiefs have only lost that one game. So for me, I would put Philly at 4 and the Chiefs at 3. Other than that, I don't really have. I mean, yeah, Detroit is.
You meant the other way because that is not to be funny, but that is the order. The Chiefs were 3 and Philly was 4.
I mean, the Eagles were. I want to put the Eagles at 4 and the Chiefs. The Eagles at 3 and it. Good Lord, what remix? The Eagles at 3
right.
And the Chiefs at 4.
Right. No.
I got you. Because the Lions are just playing. The Lions at this point are just playing bully ball. Just like they're just showing up and like what's gonna happen, right? Okay, all right. Just don't take nothing personal. It's all about this check and this trophy. And then Josh Allen again is just he's absolutely insane. I don't know what it is with this kid. He's just insano, and they just keep winning. I would like to see him at some point break through and get a trophy. Not before my Falcons get one, but I'd like to see him break through and get one.
Yeah.
And then the Vikings. Yeah, who'd have thunk? I would have figured that the Ravens would have been in the top 5 at this point in the season, and not if you had asked me at the beginning of the season, the Ravens would have been in my top 5 and not Minnesota. But here we sit. So yeah, other than switching Philly and Kansas City, I'm in agreement with everything that's on this list.
Okay, Tina, how about you? What do you think of this top 5?
I'm okay with it. I mean, I don't think you can drop the Bills in Kansas City because they had a bye.
Right.
They did nothing to. I mean, you technically could drop Kansas City because they did lose, but they're still one of the best teams out there. Even when they don't play well, they still manage. They're good. They're just going to be there. And I mean, I kind of think the Ravens do need to be further up, but they lost to the teams they lost. So, like, how do you? I mean, these rankings always are they're crapshoot half the time because nobody agrees where
Right.
things should be.
Right.
And then the further what the top 5 is usually they're all top 5, just how you put them in your order. So
Right.
unless it's PFF, and then of course it's screwed up. So
There you
Yeah.
go.
like I don't understand how they come up with the grades they come up with. Like it does not make sense as to why they do what they do. They got something in their algorithms that just all of a sudden says that's weird.
No, I get that totally.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting because when I looked at the list, because I also did write down 6 through 10, and we'll get into that a little bit. But it's okay. I'm not hating because Minnesota's in our division, but I feel like, when you look at who 6 through 10 is, 6 is the Packers. They have the Steelers at 7, Ravens at 8, Chargers at 9, and then Tina's Broncos at 10.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like you said, the Ravens have lost 4 games, but I still feel like they're still a better team than Minnesota. Like, I don't know. Again, I had said last week, so this is where Nick's going to take a little bit of a hit because I thought, I said I thought the Steelers could still hold on and win the division. But again, when you lose games to teams that you should beat like the Browns, you kind of go, come on, the Steelers, can they rebound? You got the Bengals this week, then they got the Browns again the week after. And the Ravens beat a good Chargers team yesterday. Jim Harbaugh really has those guys playing, and that was a really great game to watch. But yeah, I don't know. Again, I'm not. I mean, I like Minnesota. I like Sam Darnold, but I'm not overly impressed. Like, they again, whatever you think about our Bears, Delilah and I's Bears, they basically let the Bears score 11 points in a minute and a half to tie that game to go into overtime. So again, that may not mean anything in the grand scheme of things. They won the game. But I just feel like Minnesota is ripe for that. Like just to have a couple of bad weeks where it knocks them a little bit back. That was the only thing. Kansas City again. Yeah, they lost to Cincinnati Buffalo the week before, and then they had trouble with the Panthers on Sunday. Which again, it is what it is. They won on a last-second field goal to pull that game out. So no harm, no foul there. They won the game. I guess most people would agree that Detroit, like you said, is playing their best football for sure. Like you said, they're running over teams, regardless of what those other teams' records are. They're still professionals. You still play the games for that reason. So, I mean, yeah, Detroit is looking like world beaters right now. But I like Buffalo. Personally, I would have been okay if Buffalo was number 1 because here's the thing. Who are the reigning Super Bowl champs the last 2 years? The Kansas City Chiefs. And Buffalo has always played them well. Now, again, not in the playoffs so much. They've always come up short. But regular season, they always have Kansas City's number. And I just feel like Buffalo is playing really great football right now. Josh Allen can take over a game at any time with his legs, with his arm, whatever it is. So, and again, I understand why Detroit's number 1. I don't want to argue that too much. But I'm really favoring Buffalo right now. I think I probably would have put Buffalo number 1, Detroit number 2. But, yeah, Philadelphia coming on. Saquon is just running out of his mind these days. Like that guy is just, I know the Giants are kicking themselves for a bunch of reasons, but every time they play that clip of the owner saying, well, no, I'm sure nobody's going to give him that kind of money, blah, blah. Everybody knows the famous clip now where he talks about, no, it's, yeah. And then the other guy asking him like, well, do you think there are teams out there that would offer him that, it's, no, there's plenty of running backs out there. Yeah, I don't think so, pal. Like you look really, yeah,
his
you look
own
really
son, his son also, like that guy is all over the social media of bad calls. I'm so happy they don't record any of our management because we'd probably be throwing our TVs around. But like his son questioned his father about picking Danny Dimes.
Yeah. And then you release the guy like basically mid-season, and you're like, okay, we're just done. Then instead of going to the back of Drew Lock, you throw in Tommy Cutlets. Like, what is going on in New York? Like, that's my
They
thing
are
too.
trying
Like,
to tank for
no,
a number one pick.
fine, but at least make it look like you're doing something. Like, why don't you just say we'll just forfeit our last 6-7 games and be done with it? Because I mean, you might as well do that at this point. Like, you
Yeah,
guys are just totally.
it's an open secret. It's an open secret. It's like, why even try and hide it? We suck. We want the number one draft pick. Tommy, get in there. And Tommy's like, hey, bigger game check. Hey, what are you
But
gonna
it's
do?
still a stupid move because now they have to pay Danny Dimes his full contract.
Right.
Mhm.
If they just held on to him and benched him, and then maybe he would have gotten a trade, or they could have done something where they wouldn't have to pay his full contract.
Yep.
So that's the part that gets me, is like, yes, they're tanking. They don't want him in there anymore. He's totally lost any semblance of order he had with the team, that they respect him. They don't.
Yeah.
So they're doing, again, they're throwing out the baby with the bathwater. The Giants are doing whatever they're going to happen. Brian is it DeBow, the coach? Probably not going to be there next year. He's going to be gone.
Which is sad because
the two New York City teams are going to be starting over with coaches.
Which is sad because New York,
That's what it was.
having an incredible season.
His son said that the Giants should have traded up for Jaden Daniels. That's been the meme that's been traveling the social webs. That his son.
But why?
Well, did you see the clip though?
I saw the clip. It's like you just paid this obscene amount of money for a new quarterback. You're not going to trade up to get another quarterback that's
but
only
they let
2
him
years
go
younger.
Anyway, so that's why.
I know.
No, but there was a clip of actually the combine where Brian Daboll is asking Jaden Daniels about a specific play and essentially asking him what he would do. He's like, well, change the X to this, change it, and what would you do in this situation? And it's funny because Jaden didn't answer the way you could tell he didn't answer the way that Daboll thought he should. And he's like, well, yeah, that's one way to do it. And I just laugh because I'm thinking of myself, I'm like, and what happened? Obviously you didn't take Jaden because you had Danny Dunn, but you asked the kid and he gave you another way to run that play. And you were like, oh, I guess you could do it that way. So I just think that clip is now going around the internet. I just thought that was hilarious because, you're asking a kid what he would do and he tells you and then you go, oh. So obviously you weren't thinking that. You were thinking something else, which I find very hilarious.
Good for the Commanders. I'm glad that the Giants didn't trade up. He's good work.
Oh, yeah. Again, but it makes you wonder though, like, what do you do for next year, right? Like, Tommy DeVito is obviously not your answer. You've seen the kid play. Like, it's not him. You signed Drew Lock as a backup, and now you're not even playing him because, like you said, you're probably tanking. So you're not going to start a guy who could potentially at least be decent for you. So I don't even know if you're going to keep Drew. Like, what's the point of keeping Drew Lock there if you're not going to do anything with him? But whatever, you're paying him, so hey, he's making money. But I just feel like, the Giants have really turned into the New York teams, as you put it, outside of the state of New York where Buffalo plays. The two New Jersey, New York teams that, they look like clown shows this year. Like, they really do. Like, and now they're, again, the big thing is that, well, Aaron won't be there next year. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that one. Oh, that's terrible. What do you mean Aaron might not be there next year? Oh, no. What will they do? He should be. He really got
his hot and never come out.
You know what? Shad Khan is going to sign him to play in Jacksonville.
There you go.
Book it.
You know what? People are laughing. People are saying, like, where could he go? And there was a meme. Again, these memes, the internet always has things. But like they showed him in like a Titans jersey, like a couple other jerseys. You're just going,
who? What, Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers. Like, it's like, come on, like just retire, Aaron. Just do everybody a favor and yourself, and just get out of the game while you have some dignity left, my friend. Because your goodwill is now gone.
None.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Your goodwill is not gone.
Brett Favre way. He's gonna go to Minnesota.
He's gonna go to Minnesota. Is that what you're gonna say?
And then he's gonna steal money from Mississippi.
Exactly. No, Minnesota's good. I'm glad they got Sammy. They're fine.
I mean, I agree. Like, where did he go? Like,
let's talk about that for a minute. Go ahead, T. I'm sorry.
I mean, Carolina, maybe, because their rookie might need to be behind somebody. But the thing with Favre, though, it's kind of the thing that with Brady is with Favre, you're not going to get somebody who's going to teach the younger guy. He's going to be like, I want to be there. You stand over there. I'm not here to teach you. I'm not here to make you better. I'm here for myself. And
as I said on the ladies' show, he should just go join Pat McAfee. They're buds.
Yeah.
Just hang out there.
Yeah.
And, you know,
I don't watch that show specifically because he comes on it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, just go and like join Pat over there. Like, you're already there almost every episode anyway. Just be like, Pat.
He must have some really good ayahuasca over there or something.
Ayahuasca. Yeah, no, it's absolutely hilarious to me that, because again, like you said, he's not going to do anything to help a young quarterback. So why would you bring him? I mean, Bryce Young has actually been playing much better since he came off of his bench.
Oh, I know where he can go.
Where?
He can go to the Raiders.
Oh, yeah. Well, they lost Gardner Minshew for the year. Why not? Send him over there. You think they'll take Devontae Adams back too if he wants to go? No,
I don't think Devontae will go back.
No, I know. It's just funny. Like, Aaron goes to the Raiders. Hey, Devontae, why don't you come back? Let's do this again.
Tom Brady will talk him into it somehow. I don't want him at the Raiders. I do not want him at the Raiders.
Can you imagine, like, when Devontae goes home and lays down at night, he's like, I left Vegas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, I left Vegas for this, but what was it? Vegas isn't any better, so really, you just went from one bad situation to another, my friend.
Yeah, but at least in Vegas, you got stuff to keep you entertained.
Right, exactly.
No,
at least you got resident.
You can go to the tier.
At least
That's right.
You're in a warm climate. You're in Vegas.
Yeah,
you got the giant.
You can go to the
sphere,
tier.
You can watch TV from your hotel room.
That's right. Yeah, that's the thing. If you're playing in Vegas, you got to. I'd love to play in Vegas. There's so much you could do there. It's hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, he had a nightlife.
yeah, something. It said he's, him and Aaron.
I'm so glad that trade did not go through.
Yeah.
I'd still be stuck with Nathaniel Hackett and him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Which we all know is Tina's favorite offensive coordinator of all time, Nathaniel Hackett. Her favorite. Everybody's saying. No, I'm just playing.
Second, my all-time favorite is Sean McDumdum.
There it is. The McDum. There you see, we got a McDumdum reference. We haven't had one of those in a while. Thank you, Tina. See, there you go.
McDumdum Daniels.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, there you go, folks. That's your power rankings for this week. But again, Tina's Broncos trying to make a case coming in at number 10 at 7-5. So we'll definitely be watching that going forward. Along with, again, what are you going to do?
I don't know if you guys noticed, they flexed the game. The Chargers-Broncos game was supposed to be on a Sunday, and they flexed it to Thursday.
I did see that.
So that's good. Yeah. That's going to be a playoff. That's going to have playoff implications.
That's what, week 15 or something?
Yeah.
When did they see that? Week 15 or 16 or something like that?
Yeah. Yeah, like some people in Denver were like, why did he do it? Because Denver's the road team, so they have to agree to it. And they agree to it. And most people think it's not because it's going to the Chargers isn't that big of a deal. It gives us like 3 extra days
for your next game
for the Bengals.
See, there you go. See, smart move see, there you go.
All right. I may not always have liked Peyton, but he is a damn smart coach. So
he is a smart coach. I'll give him that. As I said, I agree with you there. He is a very smart coach.
Well, thank you very much for the compliment.
Here we go.
Wonderful being on the show last week. Forgot my advisor tonight, but
platypus boy.
Always good to be here.
Oh man, you're killing me. I love it. All right, well, we're going to take another quick break. So please come back with us. We have a little bit more show for you. We'll come back right after this. All right, that of course was our guy Anton Benton from Awesome Artisans. If you're in the greater Virginia area and you need some remodeling done, some work done on your house, give Anton a call. He'll come out and help you out, and he even travels a little bit. So again, if you're in the greater Virginia area, give him a holler, as it were. All right, we're going to go now. As you know, it is Thanksgiving week. We all know Thanksgiving is Thursday. And as always, we always have one final segment on the show every week called One Last Thought. So this week, I thought it would be a great opportunity to go ahead and really just ask our esteemed panel and myself, what are you most thankful for this year? Oh, good Lord. Handy, now, where did that come from?
What's on your head?
I don't.
It looks like a Brillo pad or his dog's
you look
hair.
like what was the Wiz? You were rejected as the Lion. Is that what happened? And that's your wig from your audition there. Is that what it was?
Did you with one hand tied behind my back?
Right. Did you ease on down the road and they told you to go back?
He's on down the road.
Right,
oh, now that song's gonna be stuck in my head.
There you go. Like, as long as I get earworm, we planted an earworm in Delilah. She's gonna be singing the Wiz all weekend now.
Well, I'll just put it on because I love that movie.
Yeah, there you go. Right, exactly. But yeah, I thought it would be great to ask everyone what they're most thankful for this year. So, Mr. Lion, we'll go ahead and start with you then, Mr. Handy. What are you thankful for this year, my friend?
A job. I know that's pretty oversimplifying the answer, but a job that pays a good enough wage that I'm able to pay my bills. Because I work in an area where there are a lot of people that are unhoused. I mean, all around. You could seriously come out of compound, go right, go left, go 3-4 blocks north, east, west, south. You know, you see the encampments on the corners and things like that. And it's like, sometimes I'd look at them and I say, you know what? If it wasn't for this, I might be out there, we might be out there too. And I started to say that jokingly, but the more I'm talking about it, the more, yeah. Now I would be more thankful if some of them little pieces of paper that I buy at the convenience store every weekend, if one of them told me that I was able to not have to go to said job. I love the people I work with. I think they're absolutely amazing, but I would be even more thankful, especially considering the fact that I think the drawing for one of the tickets is tonight. So, you never can tell. We might have whole new remote satellite studio upgrades for the whole show. Y'all have like a Chicago satellite studio, and I have one here. Sean had one in Virginia, and Colin had one in Georgia. We had to figure out.
I want mine in Hawaii.
In Hawaii.
Tina wants to move already. She's already spending your millions that you're winning there, Handy. She wants to relocate to Hawaii with a studio.
I ain't even got the money in my pocket yet. She already in my pocket. You in my pocket. Okay. Get your hand out my pocket. Yeah, I am. And not only that, it gives me something to do. It keeps my brain. I don't know. I've had a job for almost 40 years, a job working somewhere. And there's a lot of things that I've learned from doing that. How to meet and handle myself around all different types of people, because I've worked everything from fast food to retail, and now I'm working at a government agency, or for the government. Just the value of doing a good job at whatever it is that you do. That kind of thing. I know that sounds like that kind of sounds, it might sound a little patronizing, but actually I'm grateful for a job. And I'm grateful for something to do, because if I did not have okay. If I did not have a job, I would probably go bonkers. Like, if I had enough money to just sit around all day, I'd go bonkers. As a matter of fact, if that ticket wins and I don't have to work anymore, I probably will find something to do. I might be a Walmart greeter. I said, no, I'm just going to work 4 hours a day. I'm going to stand at the door. Hey, welcome in. Oh, welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome to Walmart. Welcome in. And then do it in this wig. And then on my lunch break, I would go out and come back in the Randy Watson wig.
There you go. Why not? Why? I mean, the Walmart would love that, right? There's
I know
always
that sounds
characters.
weird. Because I think last year I said my kids and my family, and that's I'm always forever grateful for them because I didn't think I could have any, and now I have four, and they're all adults, and they're all doing well to some degree. I mean, they're still young and they're making their way in the world, but they're doing a lot better than a lot of their counterparts. So I'm grateful for that too.
Awesome. No, thank you for that, sir. Absolutely. That is great to hear. I'm glad the kids are well. Tina, how about you? What are you most thankful for this year?
Um, various friends from you guys on Tuesday making me laugh and giggle and understanding my quirky little sense of humor and everything. To like Sundays hanging out with my Bronco bros, and then also like my good friends. Uh, there's a few situations in my life I'm fine. There's just other situations with family members whose health isn't the greatest, so they've been good places for me to um, bounce things off of. So I'm very thankful to my friends, and of course I'm thankful to my family and everything else, and my job and all of that. I mean that's what all of this is about, is realizing what is good in your life right now and being thankful for that for whatever reason it is, and understanding that you need to be appreciative for it. So that's
No,
mine. Is it a nutshell? I don't know.
it could be. No, but I mean, yeah, I would. I actually that's awesome. I 100% agree with you. Like it's more about being in the, to me, in the moment, in that sense, and being thankful for what where we are and what we have right now.
Mhm.
Delilah, how about you? What are you most thankful for this year?
I'm grateful for my two shows. Um, I know it keeps me grounded. It gives me another outlet. Um, I'm grateful that I get to. It's not the case for everybody in the holidays, so I'm not alone on the holidays. I know that's rough for some people, and
Mhm.
I always want to remind people that reach out to somebody if you need that, because sometimes the holidays are not the happiest for many people. So you know,
I think she froze.
Oh, did she? Okay, yeah, I thought she paused for a minute. I didn't know what happened.
ooh, I don't know what that was.
Oh,
Anyway, so and I'm also thankful for my passport because I might need it soon.
oh, there you go. Look at that. There you go. Planning it.
Yeah,
Want to get away? Delilah's planning to go over somewhere. Got the passport. All right. There you go.
I'm
Sounds
being
good.
hopeful that it won't come to that. I think some people are fighting, and so
Yeah, no, I
let's.
got you.
But I 100%. I'm very thankful for my passport, and I'm
All right.
probably out of everybody right here, I'm the one that's fine.
There you go. There it
Oh,
is.
if you don't have a passport,
That messed up.
Yeah, I actually don't have one, so
get one.
I'm not going anywhere apparently. So, but I know, but yeah, obviously, I mean, when it comes to being thankful, I always, my family. I feel very fortunate that I have both my parents. I've got two brothers that I've had since the age of 15, so they've been in my life for 36, almost 37 years. My sister Heather, who's like, she's my rock. She's the person I go to for pretty much everything. So I'm always thankful for her. I have two nieces. I have two great nieces. Um, they're fantastic. I enjoy spending my time with them when I can. Um, I have a great group. I feel like I have a great group of friends that really have, especially this past year with going through the surgery and everything, just the encouragement, the support, being able to hang with them and talk with them and do all that. Um, I truly appreciate them for everything that they've done for me. Um, and then of course I wanted to do this. So uh, Sean, I want to thank you, my brother. I'm very thankful for you. Like, me, you, and Delilah started this thing, 4 years ago, whatever it was, right after COVID. Um, and you and I have actually become really great friends. We talk about more than football. We talk about life. what's going on in our lives. And so I'm very thankful for you, my friend. And I really appreciate all our conversation, everything you do to help out with this program. So thank you for that. And this is for the three of you. And I'm going to go individually with all of you. Tina, I am very thankful for you. Not only just being able to do the show with you on Tuesday, but you've been kind enough to. Oh, there's Chewy. Chewy makes an appearance. You've been kind enough to actually invite me to things socially. And that's kind of I really appreciated that because it's just another avenue to meet new people and to hang out. So thank you very much for that. Very grateful you joined the show. Very thankful that you and I can have that kind of relationship outside of here, where we can hang out, just talk, have a drink, whatever it is. So thankful for you. For Handy, I kind of feel like you and I somehow are family, and we just don't know it. Because I feel like with you, my brother, we find a lot of the same things funny. We're kind of cut from the same cloth in that regard.
Oh my God, the most inappropriate sense of humor ever.
Sure. Well, yeah. Again, I'm not half as bad as I am on here. I'm not half as bad here as I am in real life. Just talk to my other friends; they'll tell you. Yeah. So I mean, but seriously, man, thank you again. We've worked on. We had our movie review show that hopefully we can get back to one day. Like I've really been.
Football season is over.
Yeah, hopefully. As I said, hopefully we can get that going again. But just thankful for you, man. All the conversations we've had about things and about life and about all things football here. So thank you, my friend. I really appreciate it. Delilah, it's weird because I feel like I've known you for almost like 11 or 12 years now. And it's always funny because you're always there. Like, even if I don't see you, it's like, I know you're there. And and it just, I've really appreciated, like I said, you and I have hung many times outside of this. A lot of that's how a lot of this started. I mean, again, if you guys don't know the origin of this, Delilah's fiance, Kev, started an online karaoke thing during COVID. And that's kind of how I met Sean. And that's how Delilah, Sean, and I came together and talked football and started this whole thing. So, I mean, like, you're very integral to me in my life in that regard. Obviously, like I said, we started this show together. So I'm very grateful for you and thankful for you. I have nothing but love and respect for you. So thank you for always being a part. And I mean, again, I really do look forward to Tuesdays. I really do. I haven't produced stuff in many years. Like I used to produce some, local television and that sort of thing. But like, I haven't done that in years. Like it's been years since I've done that. So this really is fun for me. And it's really an opportunity to flex those muscles and to just be with people I truly, truly admire and enjoy being around to do this show with. So I'm thankful for all of you this year. And I said I was a little long-winded. I apologize. But I mean, Thanksgiving is always a time to reflect on that sort of stuff. And I have been. And again, I'm grateful to my family, my friends, you guys as well. And I consider you guys my friends. So you're in that category. So thank you for that. So again, another show has ended. It's been a week. So again, one last message to give to everyone. It is Thanksgiving on Thursday. Let's remember, let's remember what the holiday kind of reflects. And that's, thankfulness, gratefulness, being with the people you love, being with people you like, whoever it is. And if you find yourself alone, hey, give me a call. Look me up or something. I have no problem with any of that. But yeah, again, enjoy your holiday, everyone. Let's try to practice some love, understanding, and peace with everything. Like we're all here together on this planet. Let's try to be kind to each other. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in every week. We really do appreciate it. So signing off this week for our lovely producer, Sean Spencer, for Delilah Crespo, for Tina Winter, for Anthony Handy. I'm Nick Rosario. Thank you all very much. Have a great holiday, and we'll see you next Tuesday.
You guys have a great holiday. Bye-bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.